Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I'm your host, James Laney, with my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
What's up?
And back at it again, our co-host, Kyle Johnson.
What's going on? How we doing?
Glad to have you back, Kyle.
Good to be back.
I miss Pillow Kyle.
I do too. Contracts just didn't work out with Pillow Kyle.
He knew his place, and he didn't even open your laptop once.
He didn't need to.
He moved on.
Firing him off. It was
his
awesome.
voice angelic too. He just has
you almost couldn't even hear it. That's how pure it was.
Honestly, you can only hear it if you have virgin ears. So that's
I heard it.
I heard it.
Either way, welcome back to Sports on Tap. Before we get started, once again, we are on YouTube, so please subscribe. Smash that like button. We love it. Yeah, I know.
Smash that like button, or I'm going to get kicked out of the house. I can't pay rent.
But we are also on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, on all the social medias. Also, for just the podcast alone, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the major podcast distributors, platforms. That's the better word to use. Either way,
you can find us.
But
we out there.
Sports on Tap with a Z. Let's get right into it. So last night's game with the Eagles, Carson Wentz playing like booty again. I know we had 2 touchdowns, but surprise. My goodness. The Eagles got to be asking the question, should Jalen Hurts start for the rest of the season over Carson Wentz?
Who are they playing next week, actually? Philly. I think I have this pulled up.
I don't know who they're playing, but
I think they're playing the Packers.
I said to drop him. I said drop him. He's so bad. Like, you cannot play the game of football. This is what Philly gets for choosing Carson Wentz over Nick Foles. I get why they thought that, but this is exactly what they deserve.
I
wonder if they're having. Are they still having fun, James? Are they still having fun?
No.
Oh.
No, they're not.
Oh, shocking.
See, I don't think Nick Foles was the answer in Philly, though, either.
No, I don't think it was either, but it was probably the better decision at the time.
Nick Foles would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and they could have got better pieces to sustain that.
Well, the thing with Carson Wentz, and we were talking about this before the show, he can't stop playing hero ball. Like, he is trying way too hard. That was cute, by the way, that little in-sync moment. He's trying way too hard.
Clip it.
He's trying way too hard to play hero ball. His decision making. It's like you get 3 good throws, 3 of those like, okay, he looks really good, and then all of a sudden it's like, what? Why are you throwing it downfield to the guy who's triple covered? Like, you should be throwing these checkdowns. Then you'll miss a receiver. His mechanics are awful. He's pigeon-toeing almost every throw he has.
Right.
Doesn't turn his hips. Like, he just does not look. I don't know. He's
also getting paid a ton of money because they signed him long term.
I don't know where he goes after this. I think his only option after this, if you're Philly, because he's probably gone, let's face it. I mean, this has been an abysmal year, is Indy with his old offensive coordinator.
Yeah, so I agree with, like, Carson Wentz has just been playing like a bum, and I held on to, like, defending him for a long time, but this year alone, I'm off that. He's just playing terrible. It's not like, guys are tipping the ball or whatever. He's just throwing straight to defenders. It's not even close.
His mechanics are terrible.
They've been ruined. They've been destroyed.
Yeah. Like, he still has that long hitch. He's always had that, though. Like, he takes a while to get the ball from here to, like, out of his hands. And his big thing is, like, when he's missing throws, like, if you look at his front foot, it is literally angled, like, straight inside. Like, most people are supposed to point at their target. It's where you're going. Same thing with baseball. You know this.
Yep.
Toe points where the ball goes. That's usually like a whatever. But he's pigeon-toeing it hard, and then he turns his hips, and he can't rotate fully, so he's missing everything wide right. And some of these picks, it's like, dude, that guy was naked if you throw it 5 feet to the left. But instead, you just threw an interception because your mechanics are terrible. You're all over the place. And his confidence is probably shattered.
Yeah, I think they need to move on from Carson. I think they should start this upcoming week. I don't care who they're playing. You drafted Jalen Hurts. Who are they playing?
Green Bay.
Green Bay? Yeah, I don't even care. You drafted Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round, who was good in college. He was a good quarterback in Alabama. Then he went over to Oklahoma. He still played well.
Heisman finalist.
Exactly.
Right? Did he win the Heisman?
No.
Heisman finalist.
I don't think he won.
No,
but Oklahoma's had a run of like 3 great quarterbacks in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
now, I don't think he's as good as the other 2 that came. Well, we don't know with Baker and whatnot, but he's not as good as Kyler. But not important.
Yeah.
My thing is, you drafted the guy 2nd round, so you're clearly looking to move on from Carson. your season's a wash, basically. So you might as well play him. Maybe he can get some energy in the team, and maybe he's a more accurate thrower. I love Jalen Hurts because he literally got started over by Tua, lost his job to Tua, and you know what he did? He went over to Oklahoma, won that job, played, I would say, pretty well over there.
Very well. Yeah.
I mean, Lincoln Riley's offense always makes quarterbacks look better, but I think Jalen Hurts could be maybe not their future, but you got to try him. You got to try him out. The season's a wash. Move on from Carson. He's mentally defeated. His mechanics are trash.
They should just clean house.
You got to give this team some energy. Get some young blood in there.
Yeah. Well, don't forget too, when 2017, we were mentioning this earlier too. 2017 when Carson was on that MVP run, they had Philly had a much different team than they have now.
Yep.
They had Pro Bowl offensive line. They had a decent defense, like a top 10 defense. Their receivers weren't old and dying. Like Zach Ertz isn't in his prime anymore. 2017 Zach Ertz is a lot different than 2020
Zach Ertz out, and he's out right now.
Yeah, not to mention Dallas Goedert can't stay on the field, and he's probably their best weapon. So I don't know. And then with a running game like that, I think you clean house. You stick with Miles Sanders. You get rid of all these old receivers. I'd go from there. Give it 2 or 3 seasons.
You have to start the rebuild with Jalen Hurts, because if you draft him in the second round,
Jalen Hurts is a good guy to have in that situation just because of how he handled himself when Tua took over at Alabama.
He has that dog mentality, but he's a respectable player. Wow, respectable player.
James having a stroke.
No, but yeah, Jalen Hurts is a proven leader, at least through college ball. Like you said, he handles himself well. You need that maturity at that level. And Carson Wentz he's mentally defeated. If you can't have a guy leading your team that just doesn't have the heart for it. Where Jalen Hurts is new, he wants to play.
The fact that this dude can't throw an accurate pass half the time.
Well, it's not even just that. Even like on the shorter throws, like when like you need more touch on the football, he's just firing this thing, like firing the football. Like, dude, that is like, I get what you're thinking. Get the ball to him faster, but that's not what that pass required. Like every throw, he's trying to put everything he's got into it. When
he's
it's just like
lasers,
but it's not the correct situation for it. He's overthinking everything. He's trying to force everything. It's just nothing's working for him ever at this point.
Carson Wentz needs a change of scenery.
Yes, he does.
Do you know how many?
No, he needs a coach that is like Sean McVay.
That can hold his hand along the way.
Yes,
he's got to.
Doug Peterson's not that guy. Well, no,
they are. If you go back and look, they are awful.
No, I get that, and you can definitely tweak that, but he just needs an entire new landscape, and with a coach like Sean McVay. I like the younger coaches that are like gurus like that, like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan. They already have their. Actually, no. Ooh, he might be interesting in San Fran if Jimmy leaves. I mean, Kyle Shanahan might be able to work with him a little bit. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. I want to see if that happened. I want to see what it looks like. But right now, Carson just needs Philly just needs to get away from Carson. Actually,
I think they just need to part ways. It's clearly not working for either of them. Move on. Eagles have their guy, Jalen Hurts. They should start him next week. And then, I mean, you can't move on from Carson Wentz. You can't trade him this year, but trade him on to. In the offseason, get rid of him.
How much blame do you put on Doug Peterson, if any? Because, I mean, at some point, he knows all the everything we've said.
Is he the GM?
Sure no, he's the coach.
Well, no, I meant is he a coach and GM kind of thing?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because if he's the GM, which I don't think he is, I think they have a separate GM.
Yeah.
You have to work with what you have, and I get holding on to Carson Wentz he was your guy kind of thing.
You paid him.
You paid him. But it's you got to move on. You have to make the coaching decision. It's tough.
Yeah.
Move on to the next guy. Your GM believes in him. He clearly drafted him. As a coach, you have to have some say in it for drafting at least.
Yeah.
But you have to. You got to move on. Carson Wentz has not been working out. He's just been declining. So
fair enough.
Move on to Jalen Hurts.
I'm with it.
Yep, I'm on that train too.